Hello and welcome. This is James Blanchard Cisneros at your service. Today I'll be reading the December 18th Daily Inspirational Message, the condensed version. It's 2 paragraphs long. Then I'll center myself, say a little prayer, and then make a couple comments on the message. And if the message, if you find it of use, please be so kind as to like, comment, share, or even join us as a subscriber. Thank you for that. Here we go. The title, Reversing the Ego's Anger Programmed Response. Paragraph 1. God is love and all. Anger, not being an expression of love, is a programmed response that the ego has taught us to make. But the ego, placing itself in opposition to all that is, can neither be real nor true. If the ego is not real or true, then anything that it teaches is false. Our beliefs in the ego's false concepts are what keeps them in our life and in this world. When we no longer support our programmed response of anger, its power over us will diminish. Today, if we find ourselves aligned with anger, it is not because of what someone else did, but because we're currently asleep to the loving truth in us. Anger is what the ego insists is a just, proper, and natural response to the situation. But if the ego is right, why, in our moments of reflection, do we then feel burdened by the weight of guilt, shame, and regret? Paragraph 2. Today, if the ego once again demands anger, let us no longer allow the blind to lead the blind. We have already traveled the ego's path of judgment, anger, resentment, regret, guilt, and shame too many times to count. We already know this path. This is a path that leads us nowhere we desire to go. Now, let us instead hear and understand anger as a call from the universe, asking us to take back control of our mind from the ego. In doing so, we return to aligning with our loving source, and not for love's expressions such as forgiveness. It is forgiveness that will help us return to the state of peace. As love's creations, forgiveness and peace are our birthright. Then let us thank, not be angry at, all those who through their presence in our life have helped us recall that in any moment we can choose forgiveness over anger, and thus peace over pain. Okay. Reversing the ego's anger program response. Okay. Today I'm going to make 5 points that I hope will be of use to you when that thought of anger comes into your mind, that thought of resentment, that thought of condemnation comes to your mind and tries to control you. Okay, point number 1. It's okay to feel whatever it is you're feeling, because the only feelings that you can heal are those that you allow yourself to feel. And so when anger comes, when resentment comes, when condemnation comes to mind, don't punish yourself for that. Process your emotions in whatever ways you need to. But just remember that it's okay. It's okay that you're angry. It's okay that you're feeling condemnation or resentment. It's okay. It's just part of the human growth experience. And so don't punish yourself for feeling something other than love, which is your true natural state. That's point number 1. Point number 2. Let us always remember today, even when we're stuck in the ego's programming of anger, resentment, hate, all of that fear-based stuff, is that we have to remember that we control our thoughts. Our thoughts should not be controlling us. Okay, what does that mean? When our thoughts are aligned with the love that God is, and love, God is all. When we're aligned with love, our thoughts with love, we are in control of our mind. The truth in us is in control of our mind. When our thoughts are unloving in nature, different from what God has created us to be, then it's the ego's programming who's in control of our thoughts. Okay? So let us remember, we control our thoughts. So when our thoughts are loving in nature, that means that we are in control. The truth in us is in control. When our thoughts are unloving in nature, that means the ego and its past programming is in control. So all we have to do is practice taking back control from the ego by shifting our mindset from unloving thoughts to loving thoughts. And so that's point number 2. Remember, you control your thoughts. Your thoughts should not be controlling you. Okay. Point number 3. Remember that you heal or poison yourself with every thought you think. And that's scientifically proven. When we're thinking angry, resentful, hateful thoughts, we get a certain hormone release, like it could be cortisol or other those types of not pleasant hormones. And when we offer forgiveness, love, compassion, we experience the dopamine response, that healing response, that healing expression, and that those healing chemicals that help you remember who you truly are, and those chemicals that make you feel right and at peace and at home. And so in point number 3, remember, every thought is either that I think and that I support is either gonna heal me or poison me. Okay? Whatever's happening in the outside world is happening. It's how we think about it that poisons us or heals us. That's point number 3. Point number 4. Okay. Forgiveness is usually not something that you just, oh, I forgive you, and it's over. You know, you're set free from it. Okay. It's a process. That anger, that resentment, that pain comes back at you. It comes to you, you forgive it, you release it, you think it's over, but no, those negative thoughts come back. And so each and every time they come back, it's okay. Just practice practice letting go of the time, focus, and energy you're dedicating to them, and practice instead using those moments to practice that forgiveness, to practice that compassion, to practice that kindness. And so you see, each time the anger the anger thought comes into your mind, and usually will come numerous times. You'll have to numerously forgive and offer compassion and pray for your brothers and sisters for their health and their healing and their joy, to release you from those emotions, to let them go. And you do so by making the conscious decision not to focus on that anger and resentment and hate and guilt. Place those thoughts aside. We've already placed enough firewood on that fire, okay? It's never gotten us to a place of peace. So what we do is use that anger response. Okay, oh, I'm experiencing anger again. This is a perfect opportunity for me to practice forgiveness. This is a perfect opportunity for me to practice compassion. This is a perfect opportunity for me to let all these negative emotions and just place them in God's hands. God, take this from me. I don't want this. I don't want anger anymore. I don't want to feel condemning to my brothers or sisters. I don't want to hate them. I don't want to have to carry this weight of judgment with me. I place them all these thoughts, all these negative thoughts that have been programmed to use by the ego's mindset and world. I give them over now to you. Please carry them for me. Let me see them dissolve in your loving light. And you do so. You visualize them dissolving in God's loving light. And so that's point number 4. Each time anger comes, and it'll probably come numerous times in any situation, use it. Use it for good. Use it to practice remembering who you are, to practice reinforcing who you truly are, the love that God created you to be, and all of those expressions. That's point number 4. And point number 5 is something that we usually end with because it's It shows that you are understanding what the situation is truly for, is the act of gratitude. Thank your brothers and sisters for showing you that you are holding on to some beliefs within you that are not truly you. Anger is not truly you. Only love is. Love's expressions. Condemnation is not truly you. Shame and guilt is not truly you. You're only love. But if you're holding on to these beliefs inside of you as true and real, then you will see them projected out into the world. And so all your brothers and sisters are doing is helping you see that you're carrying something within you that is not you. That you've simply been programmed to believe as true in you, but it is not. You don't want that. We don't want that. We're not here for that. That's why we will never feel at peace as long as we're supporting the ego's mindset and tools as true and real. We will never feel peace as long as we're supporting anger and condemnation and resentment and hate as real. Why? Because that's not us. That's not what we're here to do. That's not what we were created to do by God. We were created to be the light of the world, to offer compassion when the world says no. Nobody, they're not worth of compassion. No, we're here to offer compassion. We're here to offer kindness and charity when the world says no. No, they're not deserving of that. That's what we're here to do. And yes, it's okay to process your emotions. It's okay to put parameters and feel at peace putting certain limitations on your interactions with your brothers and sisters and your experience and how people treat you. It's okay to do that. But in the end, after all is said and done, what's really happening here is that your brothers and sisters are showing you that something is living, some beliefs are living within you that do not belong within you. There are veils that are blocking your true light. So anger is a veil that's blocking your true light. Resentment is a veil that's blocking your true light. And so, thank you. Thank you, brothers and sisters, for showing me that I was holding on to these false beliefs in me as true. Now I let them go because I've traveled those roads enough times to know that they are not me. That's not what I want. And that's not what I'm here for. I'm here only to be the light of the world. So thank you for helping me practice remembering what I don't want and what I do want. Who I don't want to be and who I truly want to be and who I truly am. The light of the world that God created us all to be. And when you do so, when you align with the light in you, you show your brothers and sisters that there's another way other than the world's way. There's a way to remember who they truly are. And that's just by aligning with the love that God created them to be. All right, thank you very much for your time. I love you very much. If you can be so kind as to like, comment, or share, it would help with the listening process and it might help somebody begin to release their anger and have a little more peace. If you made it this far, extra love for you, and God willing, we'll see each other tomorrow. Peace.